it's Brandon from Magic Lamp Vacations. If this is your first time joining me today live on YouTube, welcome. I want to briefly talk to you about who I am and what I do. Again, my name is Brandon, and I am the owner of Magic Lamp Vacations, the Disney and Universal travel planning expert. So I actually own my own travel agency that specializes in just Disney and Universal destination vacations. I also train other travel agency professionals all across the United States how to book Disney and Universal vacations through Careers on Vacation. So I'm a travel agency school teacher, and I own my own travel business. And I'm a huge Disney fanatic. As you can see, all the crazy stuff behind me. Look at all those Goofies. Goofy absolutely is my favorite. And today I want to talk to you guys about all the changes that are happening right now with Walt Disney World reservations. And actually, normally, because I live and breathe this stuff all the time, I usually don't have to write anything down, but there's so many changes, I actually had to write a list down today. And one thing I want to share with you guys is I have these amazing Disney collectible pins. These are pins that you can't find at the World of Disney. You can't find them inside Disney parks. This one is of Maleficent, and this one is of Cinderella before and after, and her transformation with these amazing holographic cards. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to explain to you guys how to get these and how I got these. So stay tuned for that. So let's dive into all the changes that are happening right now at Walt Disney World. This is what I live and breathe to do. I love doing this for my clients, and I want to put this information out there for all those families who are thinking about planning a Disney World vacation, who maybe already have planned a Disney World vacation and are not aware of all the changes that are happening right now. A lot of these changes in just the last 24 hours. However, I'm just going to go through all the major changes right now, whether they were the last 24 hours or not, just to get everybody up to speed. So first things first, when it comes to Disney World reopening, June is when they're actually going to reopen some of the resort hotels, but the theme parks, which is why everybody goes to Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom are going to be opening up on July the 11th, followed by Epcot and Hollywood Studios on July the 15th. When those parks reopen, they're going to have very specific social distancing measures in place. The first thing they're going to do is before you even get through security, or when you're going through security, you're actually going to have your temperature checked. If you guys haven't already, I actually have a video on Disney Springs that showcases this, and I have another video that'll be dropping later on this week about what it's like to go to Universal Orlando in the midst of social distancing, because I was just there on Thursday for pass holder previews. After you do that, you're going to have to be required to wear a face mask for the entire duration of your park and your resort visit as well. The face mask must cover both your nose and your mouth, and it has to tie or have ear straps so that your hands can be free. All resort guests ages 2 and up must have a face mask. Originally, Disney had said 3 years old, but they moved it down to 2 years old to have a face mask. Of course, all the cast members as well will also be wearing face masks. Now, what is the actual theme park experience gonna look like when Walt Disney World reopens? Well, we can already look to Shanghai Disneyland as a really great example of that. There will not be any fast pass reservation system. Disney World is going to use the entire queue space, fast pass, standby, single rider, to use all that space for social distancing. They're also going to have a virtual queue system. How many rides will be in the virtual queue system? We don't know yet. At Shanghai Disneyland, right now they're only testing one, which is the Winnie the Pooh ride. However, this is going to be very similar to boarding passes for Rise of the Resistance. I seriously hope that Disney has fine-tuned this system, because like all virtual queue systems, even when I was at Universal Orlando this last week, theoretically, every person who goes to that park should be able to ride every ride at least once, right? That's what you would hope. But they have a limited number of spots for their virtual queue system. You will enter the virtual queue through My Disney Experience, very similar to what you would do for Max Pass or for Rise boarding passes for Rise the Resistance. And then they will call you and they'll give you a specific 1 hour window of when you have to show up for that virtual queue to get into the standby line. There will not be any parades or fireworks, and the character interactions are going to be different. So instead of you having those one-on-one photo ops with characters, instead of you being able to give them a hug and take a picture or get an autograph with them, they're going to be at a distance. This is going to be very similar to how Oogie Boogie Bash operated at Disney's California Adventure Park last fall, where you had Maleficent, Dr. Facilier, the Evil Queen. They were all on raised platforms that had, really great theming around them, but they were at a distance for their character interactions. I would imagine that's basically somehow that's what Disney is going to operate when they reopen as well. And there's a new reservation system. So in addition to having actual park tickets, you actually have to have a reservation in advance to enter the park. Disney has to keep track of the numbers because of the social distancing protocols in place. The only way for them to do that effectively is to have a reservation system. This means that not only will annual pass holders like myself have to have a reservation to go into the park, but also guests staying at a resort hotel on Disney property will have to have a reservation as well, which on Disney's website, they actually state that even though you're staying at a Walt Disney World resort property, they will not guarantee you admission to a park and that you have to have a reservation. Because I trust in Disney's amazing customer service experience that they deliver to my clients every single year, go above and beyond. In my own personal experiences, I highly doubt, and I could be wrong, but I highly doubt that any resort hotel guest that has tickets, say 4-day tickets or 5-day tickets or whatever have you, are going to be denied. I firmly believe that Disney just wants to make sure that they actually select which park they're going to go to for each day of their stay so they can keep track of their numbers. That's what I believe, and I could be wrong, but Disney always does such a good job of accommodating their guests. There will not be any park hopping. For me, that's not a huge deal. The only time that I ever recommend to my clients or I myself go park hopping is if I want to hit my favorites in a day. We all know that it takes time to go from one park to the next at Walt Disney World. It could take you an hour and a half to go from one park to the next. It's not like Disneyland where you can go from the back of California Adventure to the back of Disneyland in 25 minutes. Disney World doesn't operate that way. So while there's no park hopping, really that's not that big of a deal. And then let's talk about the dining reservation window. So if you were not already familiar with it, Walt Disney World had a 6-month or 180-day dining reservation window that has been now moved to 2 months instead. So 60 days instead of 180. This is actually exactly how Disneyland Resort has always operated their dining reservation window. So it actually offers a little bit of freedom and a little bit more planning closer to your actual vacation, which is nice. The only downside of this whole entire situation was that Disney canceled all dining reservations. So this is another reason why you should have a travel professional handling your Disney travel planning for you, because all of our clients that we booked their dining reservations for, we will be rebooking those reservations for them again, and there's no stress on their part. Whereas people that are planning on their own, they made their dining reservations, they just lost them all, and now they have to redo it again. So, but again, the benefit of this, and Disney is being smart, they have to keep everybody on an equal playing field, and they want to slowly increase capacity in the restaurants over time. So by doing that shorter window, that gives them more freedom and more flexibility to slowly increase capacity and control capacity inside the restaurants for upcoming reservations. Then when it comes to transportation, there will not be a minivan service. There will be a bus service operating from resort hotels to the actual Disney parks, as well as Magical Express from Orlando International Airport to Disney Resort hotels. However, they are going to be implementing social distancing procedures. What this means for guests is that there will be a wait time to get on the resort buses. So just be prepared for that. Of course, you can always self-park. There's still a viable option for you to do is self-park, which might be quicker. Let's talk about hotel stays and the differences there. The first difference is that everyone is going to be required to do online check-in. This is something that Disney has already been pushing currently with their videos and reservation system. It's way convenient. I recommend it to all of our clients through our travel agency to do the online check-in process. But now everybody has to do that. And when you do the online check-in process, basically what will happen is you'll go through My Disney Experience app. You complete your online check-in. They text you when your room is available. You can use your My Disney Experience app through your phone, or you can use your Magic Band to actually enter your resort hotel room. Now, if there is any kind of problem, issue, or you need any kind of help of any kind while you're staying at Disney Resort property, instead of going to the front desk or instead of going to the concierge, there's actually going to be a new virtual chat system in My Disney Experience that will allow you to communicate with a member of the hotel staff for whatever it is that you need. So that is something new that they're rolling out, and people have asked, why is Disney World waiting so long after Universal Orlando to reopen? It's because they're doing these new apps, these new infrastructures for the reopening, and they need time to make sure that they're working and to roll those out. In terms of cleanliness, there's going to be extra linens. There's going to be double cases over your pillows. They're going to have wrapped glassware, and there will be a light cleaning every other day. And then in between resort hotel guests, when one checks out and then the other one checks in, there will be a deep cleaning, especially of high contact areas like the phone, the doorknobs, the remote control for the television. And there's going to steam clean and vacuum the carpets, and that will be in between guests. There will not be any club level service during this initial reopening. There will be no in-room celebrations. There will be no shipping services. However, you can still receive packages. You just can't ship them out. There will not be any escorted luggage delivery. So what that means is you can still have luggage delivered to your resort hotel room. It still means that when you use Disney's Magical Express, just like you put your luggage tags on there before, you don't have to go to the luggage carousel at Orlando International Airport. Disney's Magical Express people pick up the luggage and it gets delivered to your resort hotel room. That still happens. The difference is that you won't actually have someone from the bell desk actually escort you to your room with your own luggage. They will just deliver it on their own. No dry cleaning or valet laundry service available. However, you can still do self-service laundry. So with all of these changes, one of the questions that I'm getting a lot of families ask me is this still a good time to plan a Disney vacation? The answer is absolutely. And this is what everyone is missing and they need to think about. Reduced capacity, and I experienced this firsthand at Universal Orlando last Thursday. Reduced capacity means less people in the park. So even though there is not a fast pass system in place, you're going to have reduced wait times. The wait times when I was at Universal Orlando last Thursday were anywhere from 15, 20, 30 minutes, all the way up to 60 minutes, but I didn't see anything that was over 60 minutes. And the only reason those rides were over 60 minutes was because it was pouring down rain. Where I live in Central Florida, it rains. And the rain meant a lot of other rides were closed at that time. So this is a great time if you have a family that has been to Disney World in the past, wants to go again, knows they're going to go again, so that the parades and fireworks are really not that big of a deal. I mean, that's only one facet of a Disney vacation is the fireworks and the parade. And these are temporary. So that means that when we reach October, when we reach November, when we reach December, those parades and other things could very well be open. We're just talking about for the interim of July right now. And the thing that everyone has to understand is that even though you can't make a resort reservation today because they're controlling the capacity in the hotels and capacity in the parks, you have to realize that when Disney reopens that reservation system, it will be flooded. And if you try to do this on your own without a travel professional, it will be very, very difficult. And I will say, if you what we're doing for our clients that we service, we have an interest list. What that means is that we are already having consultations with our clients. They are telling us, we're figuring out with them where is going to be the most magical place for them to stay, what kind of room that they want, how many days they want to spend in the parks. We have their credit card information on file, safely stored, so that when Disney does reopen that reservation system, we can book for them. We already have their approval for that $200 deposit. We are ready to go. A lot of other travel agencies are doing the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about going to Disney World at the fall, you need to figure that out right now. You need to get on the interest list. If you are thinking about 2021, packages normally come out in June. I guarantee you that when Disney, well, I can't guarantee it, but I'm 99.9% sure that when Disney World's reservation system reopens, those packages for 2021 are going to be available. And they are going to go like crazy because it is the 50th anniversary of the Walt Disney World Resort. So now is not the time to wait. If you are thinking about going on a Disney World vacation, I strongly suggest that you contact Magic Land Vacations, all right, and let the professionals plan this for you. Also keep in mind that there are over 30 changes I just went over 30, and many of those in the last 24 hours. It is very difficult for the average person to keep up with all these changes as they go about. That's why we make vacation planning stress-free, hassle-free, and we save you tons of time and headaches because we live and breathe this, and this is what we love to do for our clients. All right, now I want to share with you all how to get some amazing pens like this. So as you guys can see, this is from a limited edition of 500 pens, both of these. These kinds of pen sets are only available to people who go to Disney's hard ticket pin trading event. Disney World hosts it every year. It's in Epcot. It's for a weekend. You have to have a hard ticket for this event. They have special limited edition pens that you can only purchase if you go. They have a new theme every single year. This is how I'm a huge pen trading fan. Actually, I don't really trade, I just collect. But this is how I got these amazing pen sets. So if you've never heard about that, feel free to comment below. We can give you guys more information. If you are interested in a complimentary consultation and you want to be on our interest list, you want to plan for Disney World in 2021, schedule a complimentary consultation. Me or one of the other amazing travel planning genies, our Disney Universal experts, will help your family create the most magical vacation possible. I hope this video was extremely helpful for you guys out there. And again, we have a lot of other helpful videos here and here to help you out as well. If you haven't already, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be uploading a new video later on this week about what social distancing is like at Universal Orlando Resort.